What makes Aston different from a Ferrari or a Porsche or a Rolls-Royce? Why is this a piece of art? Why do we make our cars by hand when everybody else uses robots?
It's your baby, right?
Indeed it is, and you see the golden ratio everywhere, and you see it here, the hood to the body, a third, two-thirds. You see it here in the glass house, a third, two-thirds. We're using aircraft technology, which is creating a really, really stiff structure, which of course is exactly what you want on a sports car. That translates into a car that's capable of accelerating 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds.
In America, when we think of Aston Martin, a lot of us think of James Bond.
You'll be using this Aston Martin DB5 with modifications.
But does that put you into a box to some extent, putting into the consumer's mind that an Aston Martin is really designed and intended to serve an older person?
It's a great customer, and of course when you come in life to the ability to afford an Aston Martin, then generally you're a little older. So we do have to think about a more youthful market. You'll see that with the positioning of the new Vantage, but interestingly and importantly, you see that we're launching the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is a mid-engine car. It's the fastest car in the world. It'll be as fast as a Formula One car around a circuit, but then you'll be able to drive it home because it's street legal. And what that's doing is that's creating a pillar and therefore the DNA of cars which will, I believe, appeal to a younger generation.
Do you see the DBX as something that could really help you increase your penetration into China?
Yeah, we do very well in China. We're number one, number two in terms of a market share, facing market share. But China is a small market for sports cars. It's very much an SUV market. So obviously part of the motivation to create the SUV is to create a much bigger market in China.
How do you take the glamour of what you've been able to do with the sports coupe and put that into an SUV? I haven't seen too many companies do well with that. That
bar in the SUV market isn't very high because there isn't such a thing as a really beautiful SUV. In our mind, if you're buying an Aston Martin SUV, first and foremost, it has to be the most beautiful thing in its space, and it has to be handmade, and it has to be British.
And some of the most hyper-visible American sports superstars are associated with the company, Tom Brady and Serena Williams. What was your goal with partnering with them?
Well, first of all, they're fans. There's no fake news. To use something that I'm sure you're an expression you're familiar with.
I know nothing about
that. They're genuine fans of the brand, and that's important. So having celebrities, but celebrities that are genuinely interested in the brand, explain our story, helps us embed and improve the saliency of the brand.
Tell me about your electric car plan, and do you see this as a viable market for a supercar company?
Our intention is to be the first luxury car company that offers an electric car, and we have the Aston Martin Rapide in 2019. We also then use that program, that Rapide program, to look for how you would produce an electric car that could give that feeling, that visceral feeling that you get from listening to a V12. Now obviously you haven't got the sound, so can you use the no sound to create the hairs on the back of your neck standing up when you drive the car? So Rapide has 155 cars that will be made. We'll work with those customers. Part of the deal will be they'll help us to understand what it is that we can do to make electric cars exciting, and you'll see that technology find its way into the next core vehicle.